Morning, it's Jo from York Buddhist Centre here. We're going to do the mindfulness of breathing this morning. We're just going to wait 5 minutes or a few minutes to let people tune in. It's just a few minutes to 7 if you're watching this live. So yeah, we'll just give people a couple of minutes to gather. So if you are watching this on YouTube or Facebook later, just fast forward a little bit if you'd like to, or stay with me and just get comfortable. Oh, good morning, Philippa. Oh, and Jenny, good morning. Lovely to have you here. You might have noticed I'm not Shaki Padar. I'm just filling in for her today with the mindfulness of breathing. But it's super lovely for me to be here this morning for many selfish reasons. Good morning, Lynn. Good morning. And Helen. Thank you, Helen. This is actually a dress. Yeah, thank you for that. I managed to be a bit thoughtful with the old wardrobe this morning. Good morning, Manchar. Good to have you here. And I got some lovely orange roses and carnations the other day. That being one of the Triratna colours. And anything bright and beautiful, I think, is fantastic with flowers. Good morning, Stuart and Sally. Nice to see you. I think Helen might have come back from a week away, if I remember rightly. So I hope you had a nice time, Helen. If that's the case, I seem to remember you were having some kind of trip. I don't know if it was a retreat or just a welcome holiday. Good morning, Rose. Hi there. So yeah, 7 o'clock already. Wow. And oh, Graham's joined us as well. It's really hard not to just pay attention to this chat and focus on the meditation now. Oh, we've got lovely Julie. Hello, Julie. My old shopmate. Hope you're doing well. Ah, well, this is great. This is why I'm so grateful for being, needing to take over from Shaki Padar this morning, because I've been in a bit of a busy whirl, and actually doing the meditation on like this on YouTube, it actually means that I have to meditate, because I don't know if about any of you struggle occasionally. I'm absolutely sure that you do with getting down to meditation, especially when there's a busy period coming up. And for me, I'm on holiday from Friday. So I'm on this 2-week my summer holiday. So there's been kind of a bit of a flurry of excitement building within me, and it's not entirely pleasant. And Shaki Padar often mentions that excitement is very similar to anxiety. It's the same physical experience, really, but it's just got a more positive slant by the mind. But it is essentially anxiety in a positive form. If you think a little bit about if you are queuing up to go on a roller coaster, you're kind of like, oh, this is really exciting, and yet the physical experience not entirely pleasant, is it? So yeah, I'm going through that at the moment. So it's lovely to be kind of almost pinned down to do this meditation this morning, because I really need it. Another thing, I think there's something about this time of year, and in the UK we're kind of emerging from restrictions, and there's talk in the media about having been no restrictions, which is kind of exciting and maybe a bit scary all at the same time. So maybe even if it wasn't for my holiday coming up, there would be kind of a sense of excitement, uncertainty, and And it wasn't, it's interesting, last night I ended up watching the football, which went to penalties between Switzerland and France. And again, it was that feeling of, oh, this is brilliant, but it's awful at the same time. Kind of those two sort of perceptions side by side. And you could see in the crowd there was people, obviously rooting for their team and kind of excited, but hiding behind the hands and almost couldn't look. So it's that mixture of pleasant and unpleasant, which is probably a unique human condition. So yeah, I guess when we drop down a gear and meditate, we can maybe accept that the excitement isn't all pleasant, and attend to those kind of tense, slightly unpleasant feelings that are happening in our body, and give them some space and some love and some kindness. And then hopefully, being more in the moment, we can truly enjoy a change in the routine, or get some vicarious pleasure from other people's joy as they celebrate their win on the football. And I was just going to start today with a lovely Mary Oliver poem, which is about it's about storage and holding on to things over time. And she's actually talking about clearing out her storage and how that feels. So although it's not directly related to that kind of excitement / anxiety feeling, it is still about letting go of your perception of something, your thoughts about something, and I guess clinging to something. In this case, it's things, but I guess with excitement, we're kind of clinging on to an idea, an anticipation of something. And if we can let that go, it's just very much more relaxing and more real and more in the moment. So I'll read this poem and then we'll go into the mindfulness of breathing. So I hope you've got a lovely, comfortable position. Just be as relaxed as you can be this morning, and just be as comfortable as you can be without being too sleepy. Alert and dignified in your posture this morning. So this poem is by Mary Oliver and it's called Storage. When I moved from one house to another, there were many things I had no room for. What does one do? I rented a storage space and filled it. Years passed. Occasionally I went there and looked in, but nothing happened. Not a single twinge of the heart. As I grew older, the things I cared about grew fewer, but were more important. So one day I undid the lock and called the trash man. He took everything. I felt like the little donkey when his burden is finally lifted. Things. Burn them, burn them. Make a beautiful fire. More room in your heart for love, for the trees, for the birds who own nothing, the reason they can fly. So we're going to go into the mindfulness of breathing. So just arriving for the meditation this morning, just letting go of any thoughts that have arisen. Just letting them arise and pass. And just checking in with your body this morning. And just scanning down the body with your mind. Identifying any areas that are holding tension. Just using the out breath just to help them let go of any tension that's there. Just letting go a little bit more with every out breath. And just checking in with yourself this morning about the feeling tone that you're experiencing. You may be feeling really calm, optimistic, and have a positive feeling tone. It might be neutral, or some negative feelings showing up. And whatever's there this morning, it's okay. All the feelings are welcome here. We're going to look after them and look after the body. We're just making room for any of those feelings. Connecting with the points of contact between you and the floor. Gravity and the earth is holding you. You can let go. Just give your body up to gravity. Just little by little. And if you do start to feel sleepy during the meditation, just noticing that. Maybe opening your eyes and looking at a fixed point. Maybe even standing up if you feel really sleepy, just to help you stay with the meditation. So in this first stage of the mindfulness of breathing, we're going to notice the out breath. We're going to just rest our attention on the full out breath from the beginning to the end. Not paying much attention to the in-breath, but just almost sliding down the out-breath. And it might help to put a number at the end of each out-breath. When you get to the bottom of that ski slope of breath. You could put the number 1 and keep counting all the way up to 10 at the end of each out-breath. That can help your attention or perhaps it helps just to imagine a stone going into a pond at the end of each out-breath. Just to mark it. Just noticing the texture of each out-breath. Maybe it's a lovely long smooth out-breath, or a juddery, kind of more uneven out-breath. However it is, it's just fine. Just noticing your body relaxing with the out-breath, just a tiny bit more. And when your mind wanders, just gently bringing it back to the out-breath. Just as you would guide a small child, kindly, patiently. Just noticing the out-breath. we're going to change the focus of our attention, our awareness. And we're going to really pay attention to the in-breath. And as we do this, we notice that the in-breath is an energizing breath. Bringing oxygen and energy into the body. Sometimes smooth, sometimes rougher. Just follow the in-breath with your awareness. And if it helps, you can place a number at the beginning of the in-breath from 1 up to 10. And if you lose count or just lose your attention, just start again at 1. It's absolutely fine. Just allowing your in-breath to be saturated with kindness and gentleness. Just noticing the beginning of the in-breath with a number or an image, or just noticing it. When the out-breath happens, just not paying it much attention, just letting it go. Back to focusing on the in-breath. I'm going to drop any counting now and just simply follow the natural flow of the breathing into the body. Just following the breath down, noticing how it causes your body to move. lungs inflating right through to your back and deflating. We have a thick muscular sheet in our abdomen called the diaphragm, and as we breathe in, the diaphragm flattens down and it just squeezes our important, lovely organs, just massages them as we breathe in and out. I wonder if you can feel the diaphragm just gently pressing down on your abdomen. Just following the breath and becoming more aware of it in your abdomen. There is a centre of energy behind our belly button in the centre of the abdomen called the hara. I wonder if you can be open to exploring this area right now. It's an area that's associated with calmness, quiet, relaxation, and groundedness. I wonder if you can relax this area with your breath. Or be at least open to the idea of sensing the breath in the lower abdomen. And if that's tricky, just focusing on a place that you can make a link with. You can feel the breath echoing in. Again, just allowing the breath to be saturated with kindness in your imagination. Benefiting your body and your well-being. And in the fourth stage of the mindfulness of breathing, we're going to focus our attention on the sensations where the air enters the body. This might be sensations you get just inside the nostril, or on your top lip, or the back of your throat, where the air from the outside hits the back of your throat. But wherever you notice that the most, just pick a place and focus on that. Just rest your attention on that place. What does that spot feel like? It might feel cool where the air brushes against it. There might be some other sensation. Just being curious and open. And now for the last couple of minutes of our meditation this morning, just letting go of any effort and just enjoying the feelings of your body, perhaps more relaxed than when you started this meditation. Just enjoying that feeling. Oh, I hope you enjoyed that bit of quiet and that meditation. I noticed my hamster decided to wake up in the really quiet bit a couple of minutes ago. I don't know if you noticed the nibbling, but yeah, she's a bit of an attention seeker. So I hope you have a lovely day. For those of you who would like, I might just read that poem again because I actually want to get it in my own head. So if you've got time, do stay and listen to the poem. If not, hope have a lovely day. I know it's busy in the morning. So yeah, this is Storage by Mary Oliver. When I moved from one house to another, there were many things I had no room for. What does one do? I rented a storage space and filled it. Years passed. Occasionally I went there and looked in, but nothing happened. Not a single twinge of the heart. As I grew older, the things I cared about grew fewer, but were more important. So one day I undid the lock and called the trash man. He took everything. I felt like the little donkey when his burden is finally lifted. Things. Burn them, burn them. Make a beautiful fire. More room in your heart for love, for the trees, for the birds who own nothing, the reason they can fly. Yeah, I'm just loving that this morning. And it's going to inspire me, I think, to do some decluttering and maybe during my holidays have a bit of a, yeah, what's really important to me? What do I keep alongside me and what's just clutter? So anyway, have a lovely day. I shall see you all on Friday. I believe we've got Sangha K2 tomorrow, and then Shaki Padar, and then myself on Friday morning. So have a lovely Tuesday. Hope you have a good day, peaceful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye now. Bye.